figured out. This is our Hunter HPF500 ExtremeAir Bladeless Tower Fan and Air Purifier combination. This is the lowest price that we actually were able to find, and when you buy it today at our today's bonus buy, you can go ahead and tap the app, put it in your cart and check out, or you can call us at 1-800-500-7590, whatever's going to work best for you. You are saving about $150 on this, which is really nice to find. Thank you. I appreciate that. 5 easy pays at $40 will get it home, and this choice, we have white, and then we have the gray choice. And I believe those are the two choices that I have available for you. Looks like a piece of modern art or something like that, doesn't it? I think it's going to be really fabulous to have in your home, and you can shop with great confidence because we know the great name of Hunter. This is the lowest price we found. There is not only the fan that comes, but there's also a remote that will come with each one of these, so you can feel very confident with the remote on this. So much to talk about, and it comes down to what the EPA actually has found out and shared with us, that the air inside our homes, it could be up to 2 to 5 times more polluted than the air outside our homes. What does that mean? That means when we're coming inside in the fall, we're closing things up, we're turning the heat on. What kind of environment are we creating for ourselves and our family? That's why this has become so popular and the lowest price. Amy D'Angelo and I had a wonderful conversation. She is the mom, she is a home improvement specialist for us, and she's going to help us understand why this is the one that we want. Amy, first of all, it looks like a piece of modern art. It's much larger than what I anticipated, and the combination of a fan and the combination of an air purifier really is going to help with that environment inside as we come back inside.
It is, Pat, and thank you for talking to me yesterday. We had a wonderful
We did.
conversation about purifying the air in our children's homes because, well, as a mom, we want to make sure that the air we breathe, whether it's in our home or the homes of our children who are no longer living with us or in their dorms, is as clean as we can possibly get it. And there are two ways to purify the air in our home, and one is with an air purifier, and the other is with our lungs. Now, when the air purifier's filter gets dirty, there's a little indicator light that tells me that. My lungs, I want to take as much care as I possibly can of them so that they are healthy and things like that. But this is going to help me remove all of these airborne particles, things that I can see, like a piece of my hair, to things I can't see, like one particle of smoke, which is invisible to the human eyes. And we talk about all the things that are floating up in our homes and in our air. And we have some volatile organic compounds, and they're out there. And the eco silver, those silver nanoparticles in the eco silver pre-filter are going to help reduce those. And they come from everyday cleaning items like your kitty litter and your cleaning things and your hairspray, even your nail polish. Those emit volatile organic compounds. So I want to dive into how this actually works. So you've got a couple different phases here. You have that eco silver pre-filter, and that has silver nanoparticles that are 99% effective at inhibiting VOCs, growth of mold, bacteria on the filter, including staph, aeruginosa, Placebella, salmonella, all kinds of things we don't want to really think about in our air.
All kinds of icky things, Amy, that we can't pronounce or spell, but we sure as heck don't want around us.
Yeah. Then you've got your true HEPA filter, and that true HEPA filter is the gold standard in air purification, and it's going to help remove 99.97% of all of those airborne particles as small as zero point 0.3 microns in size. Then you have that photocatalyst filter, and that's going to eliminate VOCs from our air, such as formaldehyde. You have that active coconut carbon, and that's going to, again, help with the smells and the odors. And it's actually going to dehumidify between 8 and 12% in our home.
And
And then
Amy,
you've got your UV light.
this is going to work in almost any room of your home, and we're not talking about a smaller bathroom. I mean, we're talking about a good-sized bedroom or dining room or living room.
We are, Pat. And This is rated for 116 square feet, and in that space, it'll turn over the air 115 times a day. But in a larger room, it'll turn it over a little bit less. What you're seeing here is the different parts inside the unit. So you've got 360 degrees in which it can pull air in from, and there are two filters. It's first going to hit that Eco Silver pre-filter with those silver nanoparticles, and then it's going to pass through to that true HEPA filter, again, removing 99.97% of all of those airborne particles down to zero point 0.3 microns. And then you've got your photocatalyst filter. And again, that's going to help us eliminate the VOCs. Now, these particles that we keep talking about, some are visible and some are invisible to the human eye. You've got your human hair, which is about 100 microns, down to those smoke particles, which are zero point 0.3, and even those VOCs, which are 0.001 microns in size. It's going to pull all of those things, the dust, the pet hair, the dust mite debris, which is so gross to think about, the dander, the pollen, the mold, all out of our air and capture it on those filters.
It's so interesting when we talk about all those things. The majority of them you can't see. I remember as a kid, Amy, sitting on the floor near the bow window and having the light come in, and I could see all the things floating in there. If you don't have something like this from Hunter, your lungs are having to filter all that. In this day and age, Amy, you and I had that great conversation. There's a lot of unknown out there, and we have learned in the last, at least I have, 18 months, 2 years, the pandemic, that we really need to get serious about having a healthy environment for ourselves and the people we love. This is one of the things during the pandemic, and the Hunter wasn't available yet, that I bought my daughter, who lives in an apartment complex with shared venting and shared circulation, which I worried about. Here's an opportunity to get the latest technology from Hunter, and Hunter has been around for so many years. You don't stay around unless you're on top of your game, and that's exactly what's happening today. This is the lowest price we have found. Amy, when somebody gets this home, and I saw earlier, because I was looking at you a little bit earlier in the noon hour, and I thought that looks like a piece of sculpture. It looks big, if I'm very honest, to put on a countertop. You had this on the floor. Where's it meant to be?
Yes, I actually just have it here on my countertop so that I can go through all of the phases and the stages and the cleaning the filters for you and things like that. But I have it, there you
Beautiful.
have it in my bedroom. It's on the floor. I think Katrina said it was fashion meets function. And that was the greatest description because you can see it there. I have it rotating. I've got that UVC light on, but I have them all over my home. I've got them in my bedroom. I have them in my den. I've got them in the kids' gaming room, their playroom, which they're too big to call a playroom anymore. But I have them scattered throughout my home. And when you get it home, all you're going to do, and I'm actually just going to open this for you right
Okay,
now. Let me
please.
shut mine off. When you get it home, this will be separate from the base unit. And all you're going to do is line up. There's little tiny slits here. You're just going to line up the slits, put it in its space, and then tip and then twist it. There we go. Into location, lock it in, and you're good to go. Now on the back here, I'm just going to turn mine around for you. There we go. On the back, you can see that that remote is magnetized, so we're not going to lose that
Nice.
in our home. I know they've thought of everything, Pat.
They
But
definitely
once
did.
you have it, yeah, once you have it home and you've got that top securely on, you can either turn it on from the touch panel here, or you can use your fully functioning remote. It's totally up to you. I was telling Katrina that my girlfriend recently hurt her ankle at playing tennis, and she's in a chair right now. She's on
Ah.
crutches. She's not doing too well, but she's going to use her remote. I know that I'm just going to walk past my unit and turn it on this way. So whatever is working for you, that's the best way to use this.
We have a cool smoke demo, so why don't I go ahead and do that? Because in the meantime, as I make my way over to a different part of the room, Amy, let's go back and clarify the rooms that this might be good for.
Absolutely, Pat. So it's designed for a 116 square foot room. And at 116 square feet, it's going to turn the air over 115 times a day. If your room is 300 square feet, it'll turn it over 45 times a day. If you've got that big 400 square foot great room, Or one of my children's apartments, they live in the city and it's only 400 square feet. It'll turn it over 34 times a day. So it's turning over that air at least once an hour, which is amazing because you want to clean the air. The only way to clean the air is to move the air. And in order to do that, there's two ways that we can clean it. And as I mentioned before, one is with an air purifier. And this air purifier, which is beautiful, happens to have a bladeless fan attached and or our lungs. Those are the only two ways that you can clean that air. So the fact that Hunter, who's been around since 1886, and they are known for their fans and their motors, and we've all seen that Hunter logo, the fact that they have taken and given us the latest and greatest innovation to help us not only clean and purify our air, but given us that ability to move the air. There's nothing better than on a warm day when you have the windows open, letting that fan just breeze past you. It feels so lovely that
It
this is
makes
going to
sense.
be that.
It
Yeah,
really does, that somebody finally made that connection between having a fan that we don't want moving dirty air around. So the two working together is really quite amazing. I scared myself. um, there you can see the kind of reach it has. Let me tell you, I need to stand back here. Um,
yeah.
but
Look at how far that air is getting blown out of the fan.
yeah, absolutely. That's the kind of force in this fan. And it's interesting also, Amy, you and I had that conversation. I'm going to turn this off if you all don't mind. We kind of got the point, right? So, all right, come back on over here, even if it scared me. The nice thing about this is it's great looking. Fashion meets function. I'll borrow what Katrina said because she's our style guru. So, you know, we can really go and understand what she's saying and appreciate it. Let's talk about some of the features that it has, if you don't mind, because it's really set up for convenience.
Absolutely. And if we want to, we can either work off the remote or we can work off the front of the panel because you can do the same from either location. So you can turn the unit on or off. You have that rotate feature, which I'll actually turn mine on rotate right now. Where am I? Am I on? Here we go. So you can rotate it. You can adjust your fan speed higher or lower. There we go. You can also set a timer anywhere between 1 and 12 hours, which I love. Oh,
Oh,
you've got
that's
your
nice.
rotating right there. You
Hmm.
have that UV light, which is right here. And then you have your sleep mode. Now, when you put it in sleep mode, Pat, it is actually going to, and I just did it, it turned off my light and it made it whisper, whisper quiet. It's already
Ah,
quiet, but now it made it super quiet so that I can sleep and get a good night's sleep if I'm a light sleeper. And again, you can control everything. I'm going to shut mine off right from your remote. And at the end of the day, when you're done, if you do shut it off, I leave mine running 24 hours a day. I just like to put that remote there because in my house, at least, the remotes are always missing. And I love the fact that Hunter just had that little extra forethought to say, hey, let's put a magnet there so we don't have to worry about that.
you know, they've checked every single box you could possibly check, and you're getting some really high-end features on this. This, we did our research. This is the lowest price we found. We have brought you some amazing things from Hunter as of late, so we're really thrilled to be able to add this to your home and to our quest to keep the people that we love healthier. Soon we're coming inside, and as you said, Amy, you may have the windows open because it's that nice cooler air so you can sleep at night. But how nice is it with a fan like this that you'll put somewhere somewhere on the floor, in that bedroom, in the main living room, in your kitchen, wherever the case may be. For many years, fans like this were $349, and that's really what the QVC price was going to be on this, $349 and change. Well, this is our today's bonus buy on QVC2. So it has a limited time to be at that price, but now we've slid it under $200, and you're all welcome to get it at home, to give it a try and use it for 30 days. That's 5 easy pays at $40 to invest in the health of your home. Amy, it always tickles me when you say this, but I think it's so true. You know, the thing with air is, for the most part, we can't see these things that are floating around that are not great. But, you know, if I had a Lysol wipe, I would wipe my counter. And,
That's
you
right.
know, I vacuum, and you make sure the things you can see are clean. Why is it that we don't think about the air in our homes and our apartments and places like that?
For that